We have a short, medium, and long-term answer. In the long term, good news is, in the long term, we know how the story ends, tama? Everything ends in Christ. Sabi nga ni Cristo, sa Revelation 31, behold, I am making, kasalukuyang binabago ko ang lahat ng bagay. So that is our point of view. If anything at all, I'd like to encourage us, let's try, no, to maintain the point of view of being in Christ. Kasi kung hindi ka magiging in Christ, mawawala talaga yung ano mo eh. Mawawala talaga yung perspektibo mo. You'll really lose. In the short and medium term, short term, talaga nasa alanganin po talaga tayo. Whether you like it or not, pagpasahin nyo, for example, sinabi ni Richard Haas, yung former chair ng Council of Foreign Relations. You know, Philippines, wake up. The US is just using you. They don't like you. We're not friends. Andiyan po yan. I think you've seen it. It's on Twitter. It's on X. You know, sinasabi niya, he's the former chair of the Council of Foreign Relations. Na ginagamit talaga tayo. Siniset up lang talaga tayo to become a pawn in the proxy war. So nasa delikado po talaga tayo. I'm not talking just about myself. I don't pretend to have 100% knowledge about what's happening. But you can't tell. You can't tell. Now, you can also find out by, for example, kung gusto po ninyo, magbasa kayo ng ano, for example, it's really high time that the church begins to understand things, even intellectually, no? Ang isa po dapat pakinggan din natin si John Mearsheimer, sabi niya, katulad ng Ukraine, it's not the fault of Russia. American ito, it's not the fault of Russia that nagkaroon ng yung nakakaroon ng Ukraine. Hindi dahil sa nag-invade sila. But you know what happened is, NATO, whose major sponsor is the US, really pushed that Ukraine become a NATO member, which is in direct violation, for example, to the US Monroe Doctrine. Sa US Monroe Doctrine, wala mga bayan na kalaban na dapat pwede lumapit. Yan na kaya itong Cuba talaga hinahawakan nila. Eh yung Ukrainian nasa border na nila eh. But as John Mearsheimer has pointed out, there are no indications that Russia ever wanted na sakupin ang Ukraine. Except that they intended to protect themselves because otherwise, nasa border nila ito. Ngayon, ano nangyari? Ang delikado doon, Ukraine is in shambles. Its economy is in shambles. So many people dying. And if we don't watch out, that's exactly what the US is doing. Kasi wala nga silang presence dito sa Indo-Pacific Tower. But in South China Sea, wala silang presensya. Ang ginagawa kasi nila, tayo yung ginagawa nilang Ukraine. But that to contain supposed to be China. Now, I'm not being here. I'm just trying to look at it as objectively as possible. Na itindihin natin ano yung nangyayari. You know, they're trying to convert us into that. At pwede kasi mangyari, it doesn't have to be third world war. They can launch a limited armed attack. Magkaroon ng gera. Hindi naman titirahin ang California eh. Ang titirahin yung 9 EDCA bases all over the Philippines. Ang masisira tayo, economically affectado tayo, tao. And then there'll be refugees and all that. Now, I'm not being pro-China, I'm not being pro. Pero if you really think about it, what we can do, yes, we can look to US as our security balance, but we should be able to engage with China economically. Walang kalaban. Yan naman ang US, yan naman ang independent foreign policy natin. Friends to all, enemies to none. Eh, di ba, Asia, ganun din eh. Wala, kaibiganin mo na lahat. Para mabuhay tayo. But no, what's happening is, somehow, I don't know why, but I think we know why. Pero, nahahawakan yung ating liderato. At napapagawa nila na hindi nakakabuti sa atin. Hindi ba sa law, are there lawyers here? Hindi ba sa law, they always ask, cui bono? Who benefits? Hindi ba, cui bono, who benefits? Sino ang benefit nito ating pagkakalaban sa Hindi naman talaga natin priority yung ano yung mga in South China Sea. Ang priority natin yung ating kabataan, yung ating youth, yung dapat may pagkain, dapat may trabaho, yun ang priority natin. Of course, kasi pwede naman i-maintain ang national integrity natin. We can talk with China diplomatically. Kasi pwede naman hindi magkagera, hindi magkabakbakan. So, ang tanong nyo, short, medium, and long term, I think we need to really rethink, on the surface level, we can talk diplomatically. We need to have a we need to be able to stand firm on what we think is the independent foreign policy, what is our national interest. We should be able to maintain economic independence. We should have agricultural independence. Por santo naman, yung presyo ng galunggong. We should be able to have food, not only security, but sovereignty. Matagal mo pati bigas natin, i-import. Kung sinabi ng Vietnam o Thailand, ayaw namin. Kasi para sa amin to. So, so dapat, buhay tayo. So, economically, we should look after the Philippines. 115 million, 120 million people, bro, 120 million, ang laking responsibilidad yan. We should be taking care of our own people. So, dapat unahin natin ang national interest. Filipino national interest. Not foreign national interest. Not the interest of China, not the interest of the US, but Philippine national interest. And the other thing, as the church, please mobilize for prayer. Very effective for prayer. But you can only pray effectively if you also understand the issues. We need to understand the issues involved. I hope that's helpful.